Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Ian Lowe. This is Running High and Low. I'm a 63-year-old runner and I've been running seriously now for about 17, 18 years. During that time, I've run 4 of the world's marathon majors and I'm new to YouTube. I don't have many subscribers at the moment, but for every new one that I get, it inspires me to go on and make more videos. So if you would consider subscribing to my channel today, you make an old man very happy. So with that out of the way, I want to talk to you about today's topic, which is running fast and getting older. Is it something, if you're around my age, I'm 63 now, is it something you still aspire to do? Now, I know that my PB years are behind me now. My peak running year was in 2015 when I managed to get my 10K time below 45 minutes. And I ran my half marathon PB at 1 hour 38 in the Edinburgh half marathon that year. And I went to Berlin later in the year, ran the marathon in 3 hours 58. Since then, as the years have caught up with me, so my times have gradually slipped away a bit to a point now where my half marathon time is around 1:44, which I still think is respectable for a guy of my age. How about you? Inevitably, as the years have caught up with you, have you started to slow down as well? Now, I chose longevity over chasing PB some time ago, and I want to keep running into my 70s, still competing in races. Just because I can't chase a PB anymore, doesn't mean to say that I can't try, can't do well. And I know if I'm in a race now and I'm feeling okay, I think, well, let's push on today and try and get a good time. I know I'm not going to get anywhere near my PBs, but I'm not worried about that anymore. I just want to stay fit and stay competing. And there's so much talk these days about fast running shoes. Now, I know when I ran the 22 Chicago Marathon that year, I finished in 4:08 in that year actually, and I came 313th out of 1,500 runners in my age group, 60, 65. There's my time up there, and so, you know, respectable really for a man of my age. And you could say, oh, well done, Ian, great, big deal, and you'd be right. It's just my own personal battle against the distance. And I ran that day in my Triumph 20s, which has been my go-to long run shoe for quite a few years now. And the reason I ran in this and not what you consider to be a carbon plated marathon shoe was I just wanted a shoe that was going to be best suited to running at a pace of around 9 minutes 30, 9 minutes 45 a mile. And these were perfect for me. And I'm really glad that I chose this shoe on that day. Now, the quickest shoe that I have in my collection are these, the Endorphin Speed 4. Now, I've had all 4 versions of this shoe, and I still think the first was the best. Second was similar. Third went off in a slightly different direction and became more of a daily trainer. The fourth has come back towards the first version, but I still don't think it's quite as good. Now, when I say this is the quickest shoe in my collection, I mean, it's slightly contradictory, really. It's only as fast as I want to run in it, really, same as any runner. Now, you can run fast in any shoe. These modern shoes are designed to help propel you forward if you can get them to a pace where they start to work for you. Now, I bought this shoe in April this year, and I took it with me on holiday to Cyprus, a beautiful part of the world there, and the weather was fantastic. And I decided to give this shoe a thorough test while I was out there. Now, I ran at several different paces throughout that week, and I found that at my normal jogging pace of around 9 minutes 30 a mile, this shoe really wasn't particularly comfortable. It felt like the 3 elements of the shoe, the upper, the Power Run PB midsole, the nylon plate, were all sort of kind of like working against each other rather than working for me. And I was kind of like fighting against it at that slower pace. Start to pick up the pace, start to get it to around 8 minutes 30. Suddenly you start to see the shoe changing a little bit, coming towards you. Start thinking, okay, I'm beginning to get it now. Get the shoe to 8 minutes or under per mile, and the whole personality of the shoe changes completely. Suddenly the 3 elements that were working against me at a slower pace start to work for me at a quicker pace. The 3 elements of the shoe: the upper, the TPU, the nylon plate, the Power Run PB midsole, all started to work in harmony at a quicker pace, to give you that forward propulsion, to make you feel like you could run faster for longer distances in this shoe. And for me, it's a perfect shoe to run at that pace in. Now, if I was running a half marathon, I would definitely choose this shoe, 10K, because I feel that I could maintain that pace over that distance. So to take on the marathon distance these days, I wouldn't be running in a shoe like this, and let me tell you why. I'd far sooner be in a shoe like my Triumph 20s, which are going to be much better suited, running at a pace of around 9 minutes 30, 9 minutes 45 per mile. There's so much talk out these days about marathon shoes, as if you turn up for a marathon and if you're not in a fast carbon plated running shoes, somehow you're going to be disqualified. It's complete nonsense. You run your marathon in whatever shoe you feel comfortable in. I mean, these shoes these days, I just get the feeling they're just being missold to us in some way or other. You know, they're not magic carpets. You put on a marathon shoe, as they call them these days, which has got a carbon plated, it's not going to just elevate you around the course. If you haven't done the training and you haven't put the miles in before, then it doesn't matter what shoe you're in. If you get to mile 19 when the wheels start to come off, they're not going to help you. You should be in a shoe that's you're going to feel comfortable in over the distance. Now, if you're able to maintain that speed, if your marathon times are sub 3 hours, of course, running in a carbon plated marathon shoe, of course, that's what you should be. It's going to help you over that distance. It's going to give you that propulsion. It's going to help you run those quick paces for longer distance. They definitely will. But if you're not able to do that, if you're in my bracket, my age, marathons are plus 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. Should you really be in a shoe like this that's going to tempt you to run quicker? I would definitely be choosing a shoe like this that is I'm going to be able to maintain my 9 minutes 30, 9 minutes 45 pace throughout the whole marathon and feel comfortable in. And I really think it's something now that as you get older, you have to be aware of. You know, I still enjoy running in this shoe, and if I was to take on the half marathon distance again, which I definitely will, then I would choose this shoe because I know that I can maintain that pace over that distance and 10K as well, but not over the marathon distance. And I think that that's something I've kind of wanted to talk to you about today. So yeah, there it is. I just wanted to get your feedback on that. Are you still running quick times? You know, are you around my age, and are you still able to chase PBs? If you are, fantastic. I'd love to hear from you. Personally, they're behind me now, but I still want to keep running as long as I can. And if I was to take on a half marathon, which I definitely will again soon, then I'll probably be running in the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4 because I'm able to maintain that distance over the half marathon distance. And I know these are going to help me. But in my next marathon, I'll definitely be choosing something like my Triumphs to run in, which are more suited to running at that slower 9:30, 9:45 pace. And I wondered if you felt the same. That was all. So anyway, let's wrap this video. I wondered if you could get back to me, maybe put some comments down below. It really helped to know how you're feeling about this subject, about running fast and getting older. And we'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye for now and happy running.